Hello everyone, welcome back to the course on Construction Management and Entrepreneurship for 5th semester BTU students. Today in this session we'll be looking into inventory control in materials management. Inventory control. Inventory control is defined as the systematic location, storage and recording of goods in such a way that desired degree of service can be made to the operating stores at minimum ultimate cost. Need for inventory control. To maintain a reserve, also called as the store of goods that will ensure requirement at the lowest possible ultimate cost. To promote smooth operation and to prevent piling up or idle machine times. To minimize the loss from improper inventory control, which includes purchases in excess than what is needed, cost of slowed up production resulting from material not being available when wanted, loss incurred as the machine is shut down for lack of materials, loss incurred each time as the sales is postponed or cancelled due to lack of materials. Proper inventory control can reduce such losses to a great extent. Inventory control model. Now we will look into the different terminologies that is commonly used in an inventory control model. The maximum stock. It is the upper limit of the inventory and represents the largest quantity which in the interest of economy should generally kept in stores. The minimum stock. It is the lower limit of the inventory and represents a reserve or margin of safety to be used in case of emergency. When requirement we have been when the requirement have been abnormal, it is intended that there must always be at least this quantity available in stores. Ordering point. It is the quantity required to ensure against exhaustion of the supply during the interval between the placement of an order and delivery. When the balance falls to this level, it is an indication that a new purchase order must be placed. The standard order. It is the quantity to be purchased at any given point of time. Repeat order for a given product are always for this amount until the order is revised. Lead time. It is the time required for the inventory to reach the stores from the time it is ordered. Below is a graph of the various costs encountered in inventory control. On the x-axis we have the quantity to be ordered and in the y-axis we have the annual cost of the material. The standard order Q can be determined by the equation under the root of 2 times D into S all divided by H, where D is the annual demand, S is the cost of placing the order, H is the holding cost per unit, and Q is the standard order that can be bought at any given point of time. Now we will look at inventory control model, which is also called as Q system. In the inventory control model, we basically have three levels. The lowermost level we call it as the minimum stock level, that is the minimum quantity of material that has to be maintained at any given point of time. In the middle we have a reorder level. So it is the level at which when the stock of a material reaches, it is the time to order for the next quantity of stock. The topmost level, we call it as the maximum stock level, and it is the quantity of material that has to be stored at site at any given point of time. Now we will look into how this particular model works. Before that, we have two quantity of materials that is very important. The lowermost, we call it as the buffer stock, which is from the zero level to the minimum stock level. Then we have reorder quantity, that is from the minimum stock level to the maximum stock level. And we have something called as lead time. So it is the time taken for the materials to reach as soon as the stock reaches the reorder level at the construction site. Now we'll see how this model works. At the beginning of the construction, the stock level will increase from 0 to the maximum stock level that we can see as a blue vertical line at time t equal to 0. And once the project starts, the quantity of material that has been stored at the site gradually reduces, and at certain point of time it reaches the reorder level. As soon as the stock reaches the reorder level, it is now the time to reorder the stock. That point we call it as the reorder point. Once the reorder has been placed or the new order has been placed, it is not possible for the materials to arrive at the site immediately. Hence, the work still continues and it reaches to a zone which we call it as the minimum stock level. So at this point of time, the material that we had previously ordered at reorder level is going to arrive at the site. So the time elapsed between the point where we are going to reorder the materials to the point where it reaches our site, we call it as the lead time. The quantity of material ordered is the economic order quantity or EOQ. So that is usually equal to the sum of or the difference between the maximum stock level and the minimum stock level. So as soon as the stock reaches the site, the godowns are refilled in such a way that the stock which was at minimum stock level is now completely full and reaches the level of maximum stock. Now we can see this chain which happens throughout the lifespan of the project. The one in the previous slide what we saw was just for one cycle. Now we have 3 or 4 cycles for the same model. So at the beginning of the project, the stock will be from 0, and as soon as we order it, it reaches the maximum stock level. And as the project progresses, the quantity of material gradually reduces and reaches reorder level where we are going to have a new purchase order. Once we have issued a new purchase order, the work continues without stopping and it reaches to a level which is of minimum stock level. As soon as it reaches, the stock reaches the minimum stock level, the reorder is going to come to the site and the stock is fulfilled again, and this cycle continues throughout the life cycle of the project. Now we will look into some of the advantages of inventory control. Inventory control creates buffer between input and output. It ensures against delays in deliveries. It allows for a possible increase in output. Inventory control allows advantage of quantity discounts. It ensures against scarcity of materials in the market, and it utilizes the benefits of price fluctuations. That's it for today's session. Thank you very much.